Hello everyone, dear followers. Today I bring you news that no one expected, but it reveals much more than it seems. Yaman, the actor admired for his talent and discretion, is once again at the center of attention, but not for a new project or a red carpet. This time it's something far more personal. From Greece, a country that has often been his sanctuary, rumors of tension are emerging. A place that used to be his haven of peace now seems to have turned into a setting of unease. The reason? His property in Greece, that intimate retreat where Can found balance and silence, is said to have suffered a break, not material but emotional. It all began with subtle signs, almost imperceptible details that over time became discomfort. Avoided glances, broken promises, silences louder than words. The tenant of the house, far from bringing peace, is said to have sown discord. What should have been a simple agreement became a burden on the actor's soul. Can, highly protective of his privacy, is said to have received news that not only surprised him, but struck him in his most sacred space. That house by the sea wasn't just property, it was his escape from the noise of the world. A place without cameras, without expectations, without roles. Just him, his essence, and the sound of the waves. The tensions didn't explode into scandal or headlines. It was more subtle, more painful. Disappointment came drop by drop until the illusion of sharing that sacred space shattered. And for someone like Can, who has weathered many media storms, it's this type of intimate, silent conflict that hurts the most. They say he didn't respond with harsh words but with calm firmness, steady gaze, measured words, elegant distance. Because if there's one thing Can has learned, it's that the soul does not negotiate its peace. And when a sanctuary is disturbed, the response must be clear. Those close to him speak of deep disillusionment, not over things but over what broke in the invisible. Trust, the expectation of harmony. For Can, this isn't just a passing conflict. It's a lesson, a reminder that even the most protected places can be invaded. The future of that house in Greece remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. Can has already taken note. The future of that house in Greece remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. Can has already taken note. With his usual serenity and determination, he will restore order, not with resentment, but with the maturity of someone who knows that sometimes the greatest act of self-love is closing a door to protect the soul. This story, though discreet, speaks volumes about the man behind the actor. The human being who, even in silence, suffers, gets disappointed and feels. And that, far from distancing him, brings him closer to those who follow him. Because in that transparency, that vulnerability, Can Yaman reveals his true greatness. From my point of view, Demet Özdemir is one of those rare figures who remain authentic even amidst media storms. She has become a symbol of female strength, sensitivity, and inner beauty, not just for her talent on screen, but for the way she has kept quiet in the face of attacks, rumors, and falsehoods. Her sweet gaze and sincere smile contrast sharply with the harshness of the entertainment world, a world that often does not forgive women who dare to walk their own path. Many have tried to define Demet based on who she has been linked with, what she doesn't say or show. But as one fan rightly said, she deserves true love, and I couldn't agree more. Not tabloid love, not a relationship used as PR, but real love that values her for who she is. Demet doesn't need to be seen with someone to validate her success. Demet doesn't need to be seen with someone to validate her success. She's already proven herself. Much has been said about her lately, that she's with Ulusoy, that she plays with her image, that she's forgotten Can, that it's all a lie. But when you look closely, you see that her silence holds more truth than all the gossip. It's easy to talk without knowing, to judge from outside. But few recognize the loneliness behind a public smile or the weight of being constantly observed. Her silence is not deceit, it's protection. Some things grow only in peace. Demet has shown she doesn't give up easily. She keeps building her career with discipline. She doesn't need a man to shine. She's talented and brave. She's made tough choices, set boundaries, and kept going even when people expected her to fall. She's made tough choices, set boundaries, and kept going even when people expected her to fall. That is her real strength. When people compare her to others, to Can or Ulusoy, they miss the point. She doesn't need comparisons. Her story is her own. And those who truly follow her understand she's not here to please everyone, but to stay true to what she feels. Negative comments only make her light shine brighter. Because when a woman like her stands firm while being judged, that's real courage. It's easy to want to see her with someone out of curiosity or nostalgia, but far more valuable is seeing her free, at peace, building her happiness on her own terms. That's how I choose to see her, as a complete woman who doesn't need anyone's name to matter, who can love and let go and still remain true to herself. And if one day she chooses to share her heart again publicly, it will be because she wants to, not because anyone demands it. Demet Özdemir deserves respect, not because she's perfect, but because she's human. Demet Özdemir deserves respect, not because she's perfect, but because she's human. because she stands tall in a world that often tries to tear strong women down. And the most beautiful thing is that despite everything, her light doesn't fade. It transforms. Because those with true soul always find a way to shine. And she, without a doubt, does. Demet Özdemir is not merely a celebrity. She's a noble soul who deserves peace and joy, with or without the spotlight. This is my sincere opinion from the heart. It's clear that she's one of the most complete artists of her generation. But beyond her career, I see an admirable woman who has preserved her essence despite media pressure. As one fan expressed, Demet is a phenomenon unique, and yes, she truly is. That's why she has admirers worldwide who recognize her authenticity and strength. In summary, while some insist on defining her by her past relationships or speculating about her private life, I prefer to see her for what she truly represents: an independent, strong, sensitive, and talented woman who keeps moving forward without losing herself. Her life is proof of how far someone can go when they stay true to themselves.